This is a certified hood classic.
Hey now. Well, what do you say we get thrown out of an Applebee's?
All rise, order in the court. A quick programming note. The people of the DAST aren't here, but I've had two messages that I can't respond to because it's on Facebook. Why'd y'all stop doing court? Now it's just court without you.
Well,
two different messages I got. I can't respond, so that'll be a day or two.
maybe they're watching now.
Maybe they figured it out. I don't know.
Maybe.
We talk about a lot about our other channels, like that we're on now and that we have been for the week.
They're definitely not secret.
No. Sharon,
here.
Rick.
Sharon and Rick.
Good here.
Kenya's even here. I hope everybody enjoyed today's chase already this morning.
I saw that. I enjoyed it. By the way, Creed framing like crazy here.
You're fine though. You're good.
Thing. Okay.
You're good.
I watched it from the comfort of my truck trying to get it started. So we're back to
everybody said, "Where's Creed?" I was like, "You do know he has a business to run as well. He does it."
No business running today. Just Chuck, listen, I screwed up. I just want to say this really quick before I jump into court. My last payment was this month on the truck, and I screwed it up because of the way that it was being read to me. I had two options: the due or the other full amount, which was $60 more. Which obviously I want to pay the whole amount, pay it off, and I hit the wrong function after the third time going through it to try and figure out which one I needed to press. And that means every single time you got to put in your last four of your social, you got to put in the 18,000 digit account number. You got to go through the entire thing. It was three times. So I said, okay, well, I guess I'm just going to have a $60 payment next month and we'll call it even. Anyways, so remember what was wrong on my truck before where it was starting, not starting. It was all, so we couldn't get it started today. I don't know where that was after.
I'm just glad you got it open.
Well, another funny story. Emily goes, I think I can do this. I said, so yesterday my key fob wasn't working. So I learned how to replace the battery and open up the key fob and get that. And it wouldn't open anything. So I couldn't get into it yesterday. So Emily last night goes, well, let me try. I'm like, good. Go waste your time. Go ahead. She comes back 2 seconds later. Okay, I'm in.
Ooh, daddy. Ooh.
And it's completely dead. So I got a brand new, I don't know, $400 or $500 it cost me to get the new battery last time because it go through because I think it's some wiring. Remember, it was gone for almost 3 weeks, two different places.
Mm-hmm.
And that was months ago. And it's been fine until, today. So it's very, very annoying. And of course, now I can just see where it's going to be a cluster F. I have to run and I got to switch this out. Mikey, this is just, it's pegged at 1 and 2. It just keeps going on and on.
Go ahead.
Change it. What we did, we did a couple of things behind the scenes before we started today with hoping to help with the greed frames. And it has made it worse.
I don't know how. You look fine.
I don't need a new battery. It's going to be something in the wiring. Something's going wrong with it. And the first mechanic that it was sitting at for 2 weeks had said, no, battery's fine. So did an advance. Battery's fine. Dude couldn't find anything with the wiring. And then quite frankly said, we're too busy to sit here and F around with all this wire and go through all of it, try and figure out what's wrong with it.
Not worth our time, Daddy. Not worth
I take it to the next place. And, it's 200 before you even go in, right? It's just, that's their thing. You're paying for an hour plus, before you even do anything. So anyways, but no, it's just the battery. That's all. The battery's no good. I said, oh, okay. Well, the other two places said no. So that's a lot of fun. And by the way, the Orlando meet is 1 day before my wife's birthday. So
oh,
that BRB. I can't start it because it's I got to unplug and plug in the internet.
Go ahead. While Creed's doing that, we'll go through a few things real quick. Don't forget 405. We got a chase is happening. It is Taco Tuesday, so you can get like a plethora of different things. So make sure you're here for that. Also, starting back tomorrow, everything should be back to normal. You'll see us over on Credence and Mikey. We'll continue to our bombardment of new court videos being uploaded over there. So, yeah, you got a lot to look forward to. Creed is talking about the meetup that is happening September the 26th in Orlando, Florida. Did you get it? Did you fix it?
So it's at 2 bars. Now it just went away. So let's start it. Let's see how it runs. If not, I'm gonna have to we're just gonna it's back now. It's down to 1. Okay. So
See, you look fine though. You're not even
but I have a feeling as soon as I start this with this way that I just hooked everything up, I have a feeling that it's going to screw it. Let me try one thing really quick. Give me just a moment. I'm sorry, guys. I don't want it to Creed frame through the whole thing.
Creed frame. Oh, I didn't know he was leaving. Wow, he's really stuck it to me. Also, if you missed today, you might want to go back and watch. We got a Chase, your Chase exclusive channel, because we had a live one. Started out kind of slow, and man, did it ramp up. It really did. But yeah, Florida meetup, September the 26th in beautiful Orlando, Florida. Myself will be there, and you never know. Special guests might show up. Anything's possible. Buongiorno. Thank you, Flusha. Thank you. And how?
All right. So I just went back to the normal StreamYard, and I haven't seen it yet. So let's try this. So let me reconnect that, and we'll be G2G, as they say.
You guys are getting the behind the scenes look at just, not many people get this, and you're privileged today. I'm going to say that now.
Did you tell everybody this is the one from yesterday?
Yeah, this is the one from yesterday that we tried to watch. That I found out it wasn't even the case that got it taken down. It was afterwards, when it had been recorded, there was some other court stuff that had tons of paperwork. And because of that paperwork, it was got in trouble yesterday.
September 26th.
September 26th.
One day, I did all the budgeting this morning and then realized it was 27th is the wife's birthday.
So I could get a thumbs up or a yes from the attorneys if all of these. Okay.
So that means she might have to make a trip to Orlando. We need to figure that out, but it's not that easy with 3 cats and a dog. So,
yeah.
So it looks like everything's working correctly for translation for Miss Mendez. So at this point, we will go forward. I was saying that the petitioner bears the burden of proof in this case by a preponderance of the evidence to show that there have been acts of stalking committed and there's a reasonable likelihood of future acts of stalking. Stalking is when someone contacts, follows, or places under surveillance without the consent of that person, someone for the purpose of harassing and intimidating that person.
Yes.
There cannot be any ongoing communication between the parties, and there must be a pattern of contact that serves no legitimate purpose within a series of period of time that places someone in reasonable fear for their safety. So that's some of the legal definitions that the court will be looking at and applying to any facts presented in this case. So at this time, ma'am, if you could please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth under penalty of perjury?
Yes, I do.
Okay. And could you state your full name, please?
Adelina Susana Contreras Molina.
Whoa.
And the way we're going to proceed is, since you bear the burden, you are going to present your evidence, testimony, and any evidence that you wish the court to consider.
That's how Ragu Monkey says his full name every single time when he's in front of everybody, and I still haven't gotten it. I've heard it like 15 times.
And by the way, we won't be hearing the Spanish interpreter. It is only going to the respondent's earpiece right there. So
those are the best.
Yeah.
Love that.
Here first. The respondent's attorney will have a chance to cross-examine that once you're done submitting evidence or testifying.
Yeah.
They will have a chance to cross-examine anything you on anything that you've presented, and they may object or not to any evidence that you intend to present, and the court will rule as those items are addressed. And then once you are done with your case, the respondent will have a chance to present any evidence and testimony and witnesses they wish to. Once I've heard from all the parties, I will make a determination under the law of whether there has been sufficient evidence presented that there have been acts of stalking committed and there's a reasonable likelihood of future acts of stalking being committed. And based on all of those different definitions I set, stalking is the highest burden under the law in regard to temporary protective orders, as there is no familial relationship between the parties.
Yes.
So at this time, ma'am, could you please tell the court how you know the respondent?
I banged her.
Say what?
How do you know Ms. Mendez?
Well, I have a Crystal and Botanica shop inside of Plaza Fiesta, which is located in 4166 Beaufort Highway. This business has been
It's that, not us.
for almost 20 years. And I met Tidely right in front of my store. There is a place that it's called International Multi Services, where it's a place where people can cash their checks, send money around, purchase money orders, and also pay certain bills.
That's your business?
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm. So we started talking as neighbors, and I think it's very important for me to say that we are starting to have an affair from September 2021 to May 2022.
Okay, so hold on. So y'all have stores near each other in the plaza?
I have a store, and then right in front of me, she was an employee, which is, the stores are basically like 8 feet away from each other.
Damn,
Okay.
you almost reach out and touch someone.
So she was an employee of a nearby,
Yeah.
and then y'all began a dating relationship.
And we started an affair from September 20.
There you go. An affair, not dating.
And
Yeah.
we ended up.
Alex, what a great choice.
And way to drop Atreyu off your name.
God bless.
May 2022. And we went on and off. Sadly, but we did. Our relationship started getting worse. Well, I started seeing her aggressive side. When unfortunately my partner at that time, which I'm staying with her right now, we've been 15 years together. We were having a lot of issues back then. Does that my mother died from COVID on February the 2021. It was a very difficult moment for me. And this is when I started to talk to Tidely, which she helped me a lot to try
My
not.
mom died, Creed, so I had to get some on the side.
About my mother.
Should we point out that it's not this guy we're talking about?
No,
right?
it's the young lady off camera over here.
Yeah.
That's
wanted
her attorney, Gregory.
Right.
But yeah, so I mean, 15-year relationship. She's with a woman. Now, this woman, by the way, easy on the eyes. I think she's attractive lady, even with the little mole ring in her nose. But wow, my mom passed away from the C word, and well, there was only thing that's gonna make me feel better, Creed, and that was some more C word.
Yeah. Do you think that Judge Davis just is overlooking the fact that they were basically just banging, or are we?
Yeah, so you started dating. We had an affair, Judge. There's a big difference.
Yeah, definitely a big difference.
I can do that and not be dating.
Right.
But our relationship just got really toxic, to be honest. I never decided to leave Paulina. She kept pushing me, and I still confused about keeping my relationship with Paulina or her. She knew about my complications at the moment. I requested her to give me some time which she denied completely. She was very aggressive at the times I met with her because my time was very limited with her. She started having these reactions, like really bad reactions, like not permitting me to leave from the place where she lived, by doing stuff like standing right in front of my car,
Sex.
hitting my car, screaming outside, without caring people hearing what was going on.
Beating
between
on my hood.
us.
So let me ask you this. Is this when y'all were still in an on and off again relationship?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So around when was
There-
this?
There's his with the relationship thing again. Although she did just say that it was a toxic relationship. So I mean, in some forms, just hooking up can be kind of a F. What do they call that? To FWB, I think is what the younger
Yeah,
folk
friends
call
with
it.
the benefits, Creed.
Yeah.
But she was getting upset. It sounded like one of them was, I think they call it catching them feelings, Creed.
It happens, I hear. Is
And she just looked down. She's like, "Look, I'm just here for the sex."
I mean,
Just the
maybe.
sex.
Never know. I'm glad to see the chat is back.
I'm feeling
It-
well.
It froze out there for a minute,
Oh,
but
Oh, no.
on their end on YouTube, but it looks like it's back now.
Between September 2021 and May 2022.
Okay. So at some point, did you end the relationship? Or did the relationship end at any point?
We ended up and went back, and we were like that, on and off for
When is
all
the-
that time.
Let me ask you this. When is the last time that you ended things, that things ended?
You were cutting off. I'm sorry.
When is, yeah, your connection? I think it might be it's kind of coming in and out.
It's
sometimes.
you, not us.
Hearing you.
Okay.
When
just played
when
the
was
judge.
last time
Terminator.
you ended, things ended between you two?
The last time we saw each other was back in October the 10th of 2022. And that was the day that she came to my store to return $800 that I had borrowed her.
Oh,
She came into the store. She started having a really bad argument. I asked her if we could talk outside of my store because that's my work. My partner was there. She started to tell stuff to her just to, I'm pretty sure to make sure that our relationship was completely over, probably hoping that that was the only matter for her and I to be together. But everything got worse when she got inside and she didn't want to come out.
Okay, so
They-
You could take that a lot of different ways. Her being inside, I didn't want to come out.
and here's the great thing. And Kiernoff brought it up. We have seen so many woman on woman
That's true.
relationships here in court. I mean, as of late, I would say it's like one of every four is a woman taking another woman to court over some stalking or some harassment or abuse.
Hello, Peggy.
Oh, Peggy.
Yeah, no, okay, so she has a partner. She has a girlfriend. And then this is her side piece, I guess. Is what I think that's what we're figuring
Yeah,
out.
and again, no relationship, Creed. This was just strictly carnal cravings.
Jay, I don't think so. I think that she was just saying that at this moment when the side piece brought over the 800 that she borrowed her, I believe is how she said it.
Linter.
That the partner was there during that. I think we're just trying to follow along and put the pieces together like a puzzle.
Yeah, she worked at the check cashing place across the hall.
Incident on that
started
day.
like say what? There was an incident.
There was an incident
Yeah.
on that day. So after
Yeah.
that date, did you say at any point that you do not want to have any contact with her?
I have no contact with her because she called the police on me and I was forced to accept criminal trespassing.
Criminal
warrant from the
trespassing warrant.
police. I didn't want to,
Warning.
but
Okay,
she
so
went
hold
up-
on.
What
So
made me
prior
do
to
it?
that incident in October of 2022, you received a criminal trespass warning.
No, the police told
Pamela, right now is not the time to explain that to you.
Pam,
I'm sorry.
Pam.
Maybe
I love you, Pam.
maybe-
And if anyone is censoring jokes over there in the chat, please don't do it.
I didn't think they were. The chat.
I think
screwed
YouTube
up.
messed up. Yeah, I think
The chat
YouTube.
screwed up, and then there was a conversation about Reed Timmer, not or somebody, some weather. Yeah, people don't get. This is why we're all together here. and
Yeah,
not-
I don't think anybody's hitting on that.
No. On word.
me to fill out the police the criminal trespassing because she came to me
Yeah.
to my store.
So was she formally criminally trespassed by the police at that time?
Yeah.
Okay. And told she's not to return to your store.
Yeah, Google it,
My store,
Pam.
yeah.
Okay. So that is still in effect?
We're cutting off again. I'm sorry.
That is still in effect?
It's still in effect because
Okay.
it was done October the 10th of 2022.
Okay. All right. So after that, and I understand that there were some issues going on through the dating violence. Again, I'm having to focus in, and that's what we're focusing in on today is acts of stalking
Yes.
since that time. So why did you file this petition?
Because since October the 10th, she stopped coming and then she started coming back at the
Well, I mean, that's a good time to stop. I mean, especially if it's just sex.
If it's over,
Um,
it's over. You
and
got to
if
stop
you
at
just
some
stops-
point. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and
You
it's
just keep
yeah,
doing that. That's
yeah.
just
You can't just can't.
It's
keep
wrong.
going. So, I understand. So the side piece came after her for the criminal trespass thing. Am I correct? Because she said that she had to pay.
Well, I mean, she owns a business, and you're coming into her business, and you're starting a ruckus. You gotta
Right.
have her trespass to keep her out of there. I mean, that's a good way to keep Wormans at bay. I mean, just do that.
It's hard to do.
It's a good way to keep them out.
I don't think so. I think
I don't think so either.
Yeah, I
think it's just
you're
a
right.
F up.
the end of April of this year, she started coming with the excuse of cashing her check in the place where she used to work before. They have 3 or 4 other locations where she could cash this check with the same people. And there is one location really near to her place. There are actually 2 places really near to her place. She didn't have to come to Plaza to be right in front of my store. So
Plaza.
she started to come more than once.
I
a
hear the
week.
chirps, by the way.
Most of the time she went by, I was inside with customers in my office, but everything is starting to get weird when I had these nightmares with her. And the last nightmare that I have, it was that she requested her job back right in.
Are we not understand?
We're now venturing into the dream realm, Creed. This is where I guess we're allowing this. So look here, Your Honor. let me transport you to the world of my dreams.
My nightmare.
It became a nightmare. There she was, churro in hand, beating me about the head.
Walking down the street singing
at the plaza.
The Fiesta Plaza. I've never heard anybody testify about what somebody else did at a nightmare.
I mean, is this admissible? Do we say hearsay? Like, how do you, I was banished to the shadow realm.
She's getting ready to say what the side piece did in her nightmares.
Front of the store again. So that's when I decided to start working on the TPO.
When you say nightmare, it's something that actually happened?
No, nightmares like in my dreams.
Oh.
I saw her coming back to this to work right in front of me. So that was some type of signal for me that I needed to do something. Just
Okay.
Okay, so she has a nightmare of what she thinks is going to be happening. So that's when she started working on the protection order.
It came to me in a dream, Your Honor, and I knew right away I must now buckle down on this TPO because otherwise she would cast a spell upon my business and it will fail and the water will turn to.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is the
sludge.
first in court we've ever seen that.
And
She's Judge Woke is not even like,
Yeah, she was like,
face?
okay, you said a nightmare. Do you mean like it was a bad situation? No, a dream.
in my head. Oh, Pamela, did you figure it out? All right.
There you go.
to avoid any other conflict. So
Looking at your petition.
I did.
So let me ask you
I
this.
did.
Let me ask you this. Your petition says you applied. The respondent applied for a job next to petitioner's shop to place
Yes.
her under surveillance. Was
Yes.
that per your nightmare, or was that actually happened?
That happened in my dream, and then it happened in real life.
Okay. All right. Go ahead.
Yeah. Yes.
They
So
call me
that-
Lesbo Damas.
When I got granted the temporary TPO order, 2 days later, she showed up in front of the store working already in there.
Like my dream.
That's when I start panicking because I don't know what her intentions are. If she accuses me for something where she feels that her life is in danger near me, if she knows that we cannot get along at all.
We'll give her a second for her creed framing to fix itself. So one quick thing, I thought that was a whole thing of garlic over here, like garlic brand garlic hanging, and then I was like, nah,
Yeah, it's
probably the
vampires.
seashells, right?
Oh, I thought it was garlic too. I thought it was like vampires. I mean,
No, now I'm
obviously-
thinking with all the talks about the dreams, the premonitions, all that, it might be garlic. She might be some voodoo stuff.
she believes in the power of her dreams coming to fruition because she was smiling like. Then there she was working back, cashing checks, and breaking necks.
This is crazy.
Because her aggressions are just out of control, sadly, but their aggressions are just so out of control. That
Sadly.
affects my business a lot.
So when
And
you say she
affects
was,
my
let me
neighbors.
ask you
And-
this. And when you say she was working at the shop 2 days after, she had not been served with the ex parte order yet, right?
Oh, no. And
Okay.
I actually had an extra copy because the judge told me to print out 3 copies in case she showed up before she was served. And I just did what she advised me to do. So as soon as I saw her in front of me, I called the police and I told them that I had a person in front of me, that I had a TPO order done, and that I needed somebody to serve her the TPO order. And so they did.
Okay. Has she violated the criminal trespass warrant? You said you have a criminal trespass in place. Have you called the police about that at all?
No,
Why not?
Good question.
because I haven't seen her face to face. I've seen her by the cameras. So when I see her on the cameras, I just don't come out just to give not a chance of crossing any words or looks or anything at all.
Okay.
That's difficult with them working right next to each
Yeah,
other.
how you run your business?
Right? I mean, we've talked about that with like neighbors, who have protection orders against each other. I mean, there's got to be some writing in there. At some point, their paths are going to cross. You got every single time you go outside, you got to look at a freaking camera to make sure they're not out there. That would make me nuts.
Look at her hitting us with her O face.
Oh,
Seductive.
Okay. Is there any evidence
right.
on the court to consider?
I have my first 2 emails I believe are pictures of her sitting right in front of the store across the hallway. I have a
8 feet
video
away.
too of the date of the incident of October 10,
Okay, and
where she's all the way inside the store. Mhm.
okay, that's October 10th. So I'm gonna, since October 10th was when there was somewhat still of some back and forth communication going on, I'm concerned about any stalking behavior since then. So these pictures, so I don't necessarily need to see a video of that incident, but the pictures that you're talking about are from when?
After those,
Okay.
those pictures are between April of this year
Uh-huh.
and June of this year.
And you haven't forwarded those to the police at all?
I forward them to the person that helped me out with the TPO.
Okay.
Mhm.
Good move.
And were you in the store when she's sitting outside the store at this point in these pictures?
Where I went?
Were you in the store
Yes.
at these points? Did she say or do anything to you?
No, but she just stared, probably hoping that I came out or something.
Okay.
I don't know.
Has-
That's why I
That's
don't
okay.
know.
I get
That's a
what
move I used to do too when I was in high school. If I liked a girl, I'd like walk by her house a bunch of times, hoping maybe
Sure.
I'd catch her outside.
yeah, same thing.
Yeah.
So that kind of makes sense, actually. I understand that. I mean, if she's sitting, now I'm understanding this isn't like a street front; it's indoors.
Yeah,
More
it's like a
mall setting, if
like
you
a
will.
mall setting. Yeah.
And she allegedly the side piece was sitting outside, to try and trap her,
She just wanted to look at her.
or wanted a good look. Either way,
Has she had, other than being in these stores and outside of your store on occasion, has she made any communications to you at all?
Not since this day, October the 10th of last year.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. Madam Clerk, the two pictures, if we could pull those up, and I will give Mr. Chansey a
Crazy.
chance to. Mr. Chansey, have you seen
Right, 'cause-
any of these?
I have seen one picture, but I don't know if it's the same one. So I'm
And there
Alright.
is a video too.
From after October 2022?
No.
Okay,
is
so like I
from
said, the October
20.
2022, that sounds like that's a time when there was still a relationship or there was
Perfect.
some kind of,
Okay.
so I just need to, I'm focusing, as I said, stalking is, there's certain things I have to be able to find. And so I'm looking at any behavior, threats, acts of, that would reasonably place you in.
oh, we're gonna get a video. By the way, little Linda, it is 7-Eleven. Go get a free Slurpee, for God's sakes. Now with Burger King, it's free Slurpee day at 7-Eleven.
Bring a bucket. Bring a bucket.
Here for your safety since that time.
Yeah. And
That's so hard to read. I'm not even worried about
Okay, so
it.
this is the criminal trespass warning. I don't
There's-
think this is what, so we,
There's no addresses.
I note that, do you have any objection, Mr.
Plaza Fiesta.
Anthony, to this criminal trespass warning?
Mhm.
I do not, Your Honor.
Okay.
She's a
I
white
will admit
female.
that criminal trespass warning, admitted without objection from October, it looks like, of 2022.
And again, that was
And then,
from the side piece to her, correct?
Mm-hmm.
On her.
Yeah, and see, this is the thing. This trespassing thing isn't so much so from the first, qualification one that she's pulled out. I don't even believe it's from the police, because you remember she hasn't called the police yet. I believe it's from the plaza itself, like the owners of the plaza
Yeah.
are
Plaza
asking you
Fiesta.
to stay out of there. Don't be up in it.
Now I'm thinking I might want to Google it.
I don't think there's no. It's just the address of the Plaza
so
Fiesta.
that's not, I'll admit the criminal
And-
trespass warning. The other stuff will be hearsay.
It's an indoor Latin mall.
And that's one receive of another money that I borrow her to.
That's a lot of money.
So this is when
fix
y'all
her
were
car.
this is when y'all were on and off. So,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah.
So that's not necessarily relevant to this. If anything, it's evidence.
And
continue.
there
behavior.
are other pictures.
Okay, that's what I was going to see if the clerk could pull up. Do you see any other pictures, Madam Clerk?
Mhm. Those were sent when I started the TPO.
I'm looking. Let me look somewhere else. I only see those two.
By the way, everyone's asking, where's this hottie? She's over there beside Gregory, hiding, half on, half off. She needing tissues? Is she crying during this? Really? She is crying during this. No.
Wow.
No. Wow.
So
At this time,
we know who caught the feelings, right?
Caught him bad, real bad. I mean, this girl seems more like a player. I mean, I don't want to say it, but I just did.
Here's some of the food options at Plaza Fiesta in ATL.
Bar Tropicana.
It's a Latin mall, and they have a lot of.
Everything starts with the L. Oh, there's those churros I was talking about.
Mm-hmm. Let's see what happens if I click on it. Nothing? No, it doesn't say much. This pop-up comes up every 2 seconds.
No.
Description, nothing.
They've got to get paid, Creed.
Anyways, that was all the food options at the plaza.
Lovely.
those are the only two I see that's been
No.
sent. Did you get a response stating that we received them?
Yes, the actual person that helped me out with the temporary TPO order, she said that she will file all the images that I sent her.
Happy
with you
birthday.
guys. And that was back in June the 6th or 7th, whenever I did it.
Okay, let me see if it's with the petition. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, it's an old trick.
I have the email where she's stating that too. And the clerk at the beginning too, she mentioned that they had a couple emails.
Yeah,
for me
those are the
to-
two, the videos and the exhibits.
By the way, today's
So in the meantime, is she
seen by
working?
Taco Tuesday.
Well, I'll let
Works
you
both
know if
ways.
she works at a nearby shop now.
No, after the TP order served, no. They sent her to another location, I believe.
Okay.
Mhm.
I love when the judge bites her lip.
All right. Do you have any witnesses while we're looking for that? Do you have any witnesses you would like the court to hear from who have witnessed any acts of stalking?
Does that usually mean you're turned on?
Okay. Who is that?
My partner, because she works with me.
Okay.
Oh, you're right, Creed. Here comes the
And
partner.
what is her name?
Partner.
Paulina Molina.
All right.
Molina Molina.
Molina. Molina. Come on, Molina, be
Where's-
hot.
so at this point, I meant to say this earlier, but any witnesses should be out of earshot while one party is testifying. The parties obviously can remain as they would if they were in court. But Miss Molina, is she present and is she available to testify at this time?
Yeah, she's coming right now and she will.
When she's finished, she'll be here to talk, Judge.
She's
Okay.
finishing up her
So,
churro.
Madam Interpreter, she said
Oh,
she'll
look,
need-
she's hiding. Look, she's like, every time she moves, she's like right behind her. Oh, no.
Mhm.
Okay. Your Honor, may I just give the witnesses how to use an interpreter?
Did you not see who's cheating on you?
Para las personas que van a testificar o que van a usar el testigo, por favor.
Is this a little bit
asegúrense
odd
de
that the
que esperan
partner's here?
que se diga lo que se va a decir en inglés,
Considering
que
they're
yo lo
cheating?
completamente, aunque entienda algo, que yo interprete en español, no vaya a hablar, solamente habla una persona al tiempo, yo hablo en la primera persona, tomo la voz de la persona que está hablando,
Yeah.
porque yo conteste con respuestas claras y verbales. Si va a contar algo largo, haga
she's
pausas para que
forgiving
pueda interpretar correctamente.
because she's
Si el-
older.
Si el sonido no
She
es muy
definitely
bueno,
looks a
tiene que
bit
hacer
older.
pausa, pues se no va a pedir que repita todo de nuevo.
A hefty
Her
chunk.
I just inform them that they need to wait until everything is said in English, so I can interpret into Spanish. To please speak loud and clear, to give verbal responses, and to please do pauses because the audio isn't that great. So if I don't hear everything, I'm going to have to repeat more repetitions. So short sentences.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Ma'am, could you please raise your right hand?
Levante su mano derecha, señora.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm that you will that you will testify truthfully under penalty of perjury?
¿Usted jura o confirma que usted va a testificar y va a decir la verdad so pena de perjurio?
Who's Julio?
Okay, you may lower your hand.
Puede bajar la mano. Please asegúrese de que hable en el micrófono para yo oírle que habla fuerte para poderla oír, ¿ok? Gracias.
Could you state your full name, please, ma'am?
Diga su nombre completo, por favor, señorita.
Mayra Celaya.
Mayra Celaya.
That's not the name she said.
Not at all.
And then she changed it. She let it Melina.
Who
And
is
she's like,
Paulina Molina?
¿Y quién es Paulina Molina?
Mi nombre completo es Mayra Paulina Celaya Molina.
Mayra Paulina Celaya Molina. My complete name is Mayra Paulina Celaya Molina.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
Gracias.
A lot of names.
How do you know Ms. Adelina Molina?
¿Cómo conoce usted a la señorita Adelina Molina?
I didn't know the flusher was a lady.
Nosotros
Good to
somos
know.
pareja por más de 15 años ya. Estamos juntas por más de 15 años. Tenemos 15 años ya de conocernos.
We have been together for more than 15 years. She's my partner. That's how we met and how we was together for 15 years.
Okay. And let me just say here, Mr. Chancey, I am going to give you a chance to cross-examine the petitioner after I give you a chance to cross-examine this witness, because we will go back to her about those pictures if we find them. Okay.
I have no objection, Your Honor. You're doing a great job.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Get it, Gregory.
So,
Buttering up
Ms.
the
Molina,
judge.
how do you know Ms. Mendez?
Señorita Molina, ¿cómo conoce usted a la señorita Méndez?
En realidad yo no la conozco. Ella nada más trabajaba en el negocio de enfrente de nuestro negocio, en Plaza Fiesta. Yo no sé, yo no la conozco a ella. Simplemente la conozco de cuando ella llega y siempre llegó a molestar.
I really don't know her. I know her because she works in the business in front of our business. I don't really know her. I only know her when she comes and start bothering us.
Sleeping with my
So
girlfriend.
what acts of stalking have you witnessed by Ms. Mendez?
¿Qué tipo de actos de acechamiento ha presenciado usted por parte de la señora Méndez? Y por favor, asegúrese de hablar y hacer pausas porque el audio no es muy bueno. Y entonces va a tener que repetir de nuevo. I just reminded the witness to please pause because the audio isn't that great and I'm going to have to ask again for a repetition. Conteste, pues.
Yo soy testiga de que ella llegaba a molestar al negocio.
I am a witness that she will come to the business to bother people in the business. Continúe ahora. Tiene que hacer pausa porque el audio está malísimo. Por favor.
Y no solo
Get out of here, Burke.
dejaba trabajar.
Not only she will be bothering the people in the business, but she didn't allow us to keep working. Continúe.
Y no solo en el negocio, sino también en el parqueo del
Until
negocio.
she
Muchas
didn't.
veces ella llegó a confrontarnos afuera y a pararse enfrente del carro.
Okay, not just in the business, but also in the parking lot of the business. She will many times came and she will get in front of the car and to confront us.
Jeez.
Y también llegó a decirme enfrente mío muchas cosas también.
Just above Freeman. It's right next to Mikey's shoulder,
Okay,
actually.
she also said
Catch a glimpse of
things
her.
to me in front of me, and I am a very pacifist person, and I don't like to have any problems.
Okay, so what acts recently have you seen her do to Miss Molina?
¿Qué tipo de hechos le ha presenciado usted que ella ha hecho actualmente a la señorita Molina?
Ella llega siempre al negocio de enfrente, e incluso pidió trabajo en el negocio de enfrente.
Okay, she comes to the business next door, and in fact, she actually asked to get a job there in the business next door. Continúe.
Eso, y siempre pasa por el pasillo. Ella sabe que no puede entrar al negocio por su orden de restricción que tiene, pero siempre pasa enfrente y se me hace una provocación.
Okay, and also, she goes by the hallway in front of the store, and she knows by the criminal trespassing order that she's not allowed to come in the store, but she goes in front of the store in the hallway, and that to me is a provocation.
Oh. He's asking for it.
All right. Anything else you want me to know?
¿Algo más que usted quiera que yo sepa?
Simplemente eso y que pedimos por favor que si nos pueden aprobar eso porque a mí también me preocupa esa situación, tanto por el negocio y tanto como mi persona.
Okay, I just want to know that that's what I have said already. I just want you to know that it also that worries me because of myself and also because of the business. And I just want you to know all that because I'm worried about both.
Okay. Mr. Chansey, do you have any questions you would like to ask this witness?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you. 2 questions. First
Van a
question,
hacer ahora preguntas. La primera pregunta es la siguiente.
just to reiterate what the judge already asked.
Para reiterar lo que ya le preguntó el juez,
What actual acts of stalking or aggression have you ever witnessed since October from the respondents?
¿qué tipo de actos de acecho, de acosamiento o de agresión ha observado usted desde octubre que ha hecho la señorita, la demandada?
Es obvio que ella no puede hacer ningún acto de agresión después de la orden de restricción que ella tiene porque ella sabía que ella no podía acercarse ni siquiera entrar al negocio. Entonces,
Okay,
no
it's
es una
obvious
pregunta.
that she cannot do any kind of act of aggressions or harassment because of the order that she has, that she knows that she cannot get closer to the business. And after that, I couldn't hear because the sound got cut off. ¿Qué dijo después? Porque el sonido estaba malísimo.
Que se me hace una pregunta muy ilógica lo que él está haciendo si sabe que ella tiene una orden de restricción contra el negocio y contra
Okay, the question that you are asking me is very illogical, knowing that she has a restraining order business and to be around there.
Dumbass questions.
So again, your testimony is that you have witnessed no acts of aggression or harassment.
Su testimonio es que usted no ha presenciado ningún tipo de hechos de agresión o de acecho.
Después de octubre, lo único que ella ha hecho es pasarse por el pasillo o llegar enfrente e incluso pedir trabajo frente del negocio como símbolo de provocación.
After October, what she had done is pass by in front of the store in the hallway and also ask for a job in the store across from our store.
Oh,
That's a provocation.
but that's not any aggressive
No.
behavior.
Thank you. No further
Gracias.
questions.
No,
I mean, that just made his case for him.
he should reiterate though.
All right.
That's
thank
a
you.
no.
Gracias, señora.
I think everybody here figured that.
All
out.
right. Miss Molina, Madam Clerk, did we find any of those pictures? Miss Molina, let me ask you this.
No,
one.
ma'am.
No? Okay. All right. So it looks like the pictures didn't come through, but Miss Molina, you may describe for me what you allege that these pictures show, okay?
Talk slowly.
Excuse me?
The pictures they're not.
Judge, your internet
filed.
sucks.
The clerk
I
has
can't
not found
understand
them,
you.
But you may describe what those pictures are. You mentioned that they are the respondents sitting outside your store. Is that right?
It's right in front. I have one right here, where you can see. That's how close she is.
Okay.
She's
Oh,
right
shit,
in
that
here.
is pretty close.
And this is
All right.
my store right here.
Okay.
That's a bit much.
28 feet away. That's one.
It is a narrow hallway.
And how many shops are in that area?
It's more than 140 stores, but on the hallway
140.
there are 6 stores.
Yeah, but remember, these are not big stores. This is more like traveling in other countries when you go through their mall outdoors. They're
little
stalls,
tiny
flea
stalls.
market
Yeah.
almost, but in a nice presented in a nice way. But that size, I would imagine, is how most of that goes down. That picture she just showed, though, I mean, right across the way, it's pretty close.
All right.
This is another one.
Okay.
Yeah, she need to use the ATM.
All right.
Wasn't that just her standing in front of her check cashing place, though?
Yeah.
It was
Not-
all like the.
Yeah. The check cashing place is right across.
Yeah.
I don't know what her business is.
Ah.
She hasn't never said, but it can't be too crazy. I know wiring money to Mexico is
This
big money.
also her inside the other boot, which is right in front,
You're saying her inside another store?
inside of the store in front of me, working,
Okay.
where she requested for the job.
Okay.
All right.
Mhm.
So have you called the police about any of these, her being there?
Only when they did only when they served the TPO order. Because after that, they told her that if she come by once again near me, at least for that month, that she would have issues with the police.
But before the ex parte order was issued, did you call the police ever for these incidents of her walking by your store?
No, because she didn't do it after she was served. She stopped
Okay.
doing it.
But then what?
Mr. Chance,
Then why are we sitting here debating that then? If she stopped doing it after that was served. Oh, after the wait,
After TPO was served. Yeah.
after the TPO was served, not the
trespassing.
not
thing.
the trespass. Okay, follow along, Creed.
But still, it's really weird that we're. I mean, how are you going to enforce that?
I don't know. I mean, they work together, or they work near each other. Even if she did take on a job right across the way, it's definitely suspect, a little suspicious, a little sus, as they say. But they work right next to each other. I mean, okay, there's 140 units there, but I mean, you're going to know the people that are right around you. I don't know. That's a tough one. I remember going back to the beginning of what Judge Woke said was, she has the burden of proof, right? She has to prove it. That, and I don't know necessarily sitting outside or working, trying to get a job across the same one is necessarily.
Again, it's pushing it. She's trying to be a provocateur.
Yeah. I mean, it could be taken that way, but it could also be taken that her best.
If there's 140 shops there, though. I mean, you can't go get a job at one of the other ones.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. But at the same time, is that illegal if she is within her? I mean, that would be the same thing as me standing out in my lawn, even though my neighbor across the street has a 20-foot thing. Well, I mean, is that wrong of me to stand out in my yard and just stare off? So yeah, it's a tough one.
you would for the petitioner.
Yes, Your Honor, thank you. A couple of questions. I'm going to ask you. I want to try to limit it to after October because that is where we're trying to keep it. So you said you lent her money. When did that happen?
The money?
Yes. Was that before October or after October?
Georgia.
That was at the beginning of September.
So we won't talk about that.
So she lent her money right before she got the TPO against her? It went that
in your
fast?
TPO application, you discussed 3 periods of time.
Also, we need to apply. She borrowed $800 and brought it back and paid her back. I mean, kudos to that. We don't ever hear that.
That never happens.
That's like not even a thing.
The first 2 periods of time that you discussed are before the date of the October. So we're not going to discuss those periods of time. Is that okay with you?
Okay.
Since then, you have the allegations you made in the TPO. I'm going to ask you some questions about that right now.
Say that again, please.
Since after October, I'm going to ask you questions about the allegations.
She's been really smart keeping it to only what's happened since the TPO has been in place.
You stated that my client works at the check cashing store. Is that correct?
Yes.
And how do you come to know that she works there?
Because she's working right in front of me.
So you've seen her with your eyes working at the store?
I took the picture and that's where she was served.
And how many times have you seen her working at the store?
It was the first time. And I had
One time.
the TPO order granted 2 days ago, 2 days before that.
Dun, 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 dun.
So to be clear, you saw
Hello,
one
Jim.
time working at the
Jim.
store.
Yes.
Thank you. No other questions.
All right.
She was even
Any other
served with a TPO
witnesses,
while she was at work at that check cashing place.
ma'am, that you would like the court to hear from?
Say what?
Do you have any other witnesses you would like me to hear from?
No.
Okay. All right. At this point, this is
Your
a
last
chance
one was
for
so
Mr.
good.
Tan-
All right, so this is stuff we can't see.
Would you like me to ask some questions about the document or just explain what it is, Your Honor?
Yes, because generally we prefer live witnesses for hearings. So
This is my first
let
witness
me know
piece
what you
of
want me to
paper.
know about this.
With an affidavit, I just want you to read the affidavit, and it clearly says that she doesn't work at the store and goes there to cash her checks.
Okay, so the place is saying she doesn't work there and she only comes by to cash checks.
That's
Okay.
and
So she does not work at the store across the street. So how was she served there?
she was
Mhm.
cashing her checks there.
Okay.
She just happened to be there.
Respondent C is a list of the checks.
All right. Well, huh?
Just happened to be there when they showed up to
To serve her.
When she was served, she just happened to be there cashing her check. Not working there, he says. Not working there.
Interesting.
Just and I never trust anybody that goes to a establishment to cash a check and not a bank.
That's a good point.
That were cashed at the store. And there's every week she cashes her check there.
Here
There's
is
the
the
police serving her.
Hold on,
Video
ma'am.
of she
Ma'am.
being. Okay.
Ma'am.
I got it.
This is not your time. You will have a chance to ask some questions or follow up.
We gotta look at these checks.
But this time, this is his chance, without interruption, to present evidence. Okay.
God almighty.
Okay.
Thank
So
you.
much going on.
And again, all that is just
Party mix.
a bunch of checks that she's cashed at the store.
Bunch of checks, everybody. Come on.
Going through all the checks.
Just a bunch of checks. That's all we're looking at.
Been no acts of aggression or stalking to talk about.
Okay.
That's all.
All right. So you may respond, Madam Petitioner. You just need to unmute yourself. You need to unmute.
Why are we allowing her to do this?
I'm kind of surprised she's allowing this, to be honest.
Here are the police
Uh-huh.
guys serving her inside the store. Mm-hmm.
I don't think the fact that she was served in this
yes,
store is in dispute. I think it sounds like whether
So she was
employed-
working. She was working.
Okay,
She was
so I
working.
understand that's the testimony. I've heard different things. All right. Anything else you want the court to consider, ma'am? Based on what you've heard,
I think that's extreme. I mean, listen, almost all Walmarts have a check cashing, Western Union, everything, Walmart to Walmart money place now. You know, there's big money. A lot of people don't have bank accounts for one reason or another.
The people that live across the way from me that do not have a TPO against me, they own my area. I'm not being racist. It's known as a Mexican store, where you can get all your items that you could only purchase while in Mexico. They also do, which is like half the size of my garage, by the way, very, very small store. And they make all their money because they do money transfers to Mexico.
Oh, yeah.
And they'll say there'll be a line of people every day to send money back to Mexico.
Absolutely.
And they've made like $250,000 in the first few months just off of that.
I believe
People
it.
sending money back because they're sending back so much money.
Do they ladle their drinks for you from?
No, but they do sell me like stuff from under the register.
Yeah. Okay. That place. I remember you've
Yeah.
talked about that before. Where,
Pretty good, not gonna lie.
That's great. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
good stuff.
Interesting.
respondent's attorney submit.
I couldn't hear you.
Anything else you want the court to consider based on what the respondent's attorney has submitted and asserted?
Yes, I just don't want to encounter her
Okay.
again, ever again.
Okay.
Well
She's
put.
not safe to be around.
Okay.
Period.
Sure, this lady's not an attorney.
No, food. They make. They're not allowed to be making food, so they keep it underneath the.
Yeah, they make food at
counter.
home, and then
Yeah,
if you know they have it, you can say, let me get some empanadas. Let me get some
Yeah.
tamales.
it's one of those annoying posts. If you know, posts that seem to be gaining traction as much as Vibe is, and everybody's. It's everywhere now.
All right. All right. So here's the issue that I'm struggling with.
Only way to go, Jay.
There has been. I've heard all the evidence. I understand based on past acts in the history of the relationship why the petitioner has concerns about seeing the respondent. However, under the law, the evidence that has been presented does not rise to the level of stalking. There has been no indication that she said anything, did anything other than go into these stores or appear in the hallway. And there's already a criminal trespass warning in place that she might be arrested on if she violates that. So based on everything I've heard today under the law, I find that there is insufficient evidence. But and I'm sure
Denied. Kirna, thank you.
Mr. Chancey, you will go over very carefully with your client the of violating a criminal trespass warning could result in her arrest for criminal trespass in the future, depending on the circumstances. But at this time, I am dismissing the ex parte stalking order, and I'm sure that Mr. Chancey will go over with his clients what the effect of that criminal trespass warning that's already in effect, what that means. All right. And at this point, the parties are excused. And Madam Interpreter, you as well. Thank you all.
And guess what, chat? You're excused as well.
Yeah,
That's court for
that's
today.
what they call a day.
Judge Woke got it right. I mean,
Yeah.
come on. There's not many chances we get to celebrate that either. So let's, while we can, let's thank you, Judge Woke.
Do you think the partner said, "Look, you better get something on that beach. I can't look at her face across the way every day."
Well, I would think so. If you are okay, listen. If you've been cheated on,
You gotta
and
stare at the
person
girl
that
that
you were
yeah.
cheated on with is
Right there.
there in your face every single day and making attempts to make sure that you're seen also by hanging out in
Mhm,
front,
mhm.
regardless of this, regardless of what's going on legally. Just thinking as the partner, I mean, yeah, you want to take care of that. I mean, but you gotta have. So we've brought on this case just to really just to dumb it down completely down. Had a dream came true, goes and gets the TPO because the relationship wasn't going so good, or she found out. Did she walk in and see them doing things? The partner? Did they?
I'm guessing they probably messed up a lot by like making it kind of obvious when she's coming over all the time over to the business. She's seeing what's going on. Probably the writing was on the wall.
Here's another thing. And I'm really kind of surprised that Judge Woke allowed her to just put that phone right up and show those pictures. You don't know when they were taken.
No.
They've been taken years ago before even they started, canoodling.
Yeah. Look, here she is working there. But I think the signed affidavit that we couldn't look at saying she didn't work there kind of played into her hand.
Well,
she didn't even have to say a word.
Yeah. Well, Judge Woke got it right.
Yeah, she did.
It's always a good feeling when somebody actually gets it right.
Win one for the Gipper.
That's right. Guys, I guess we'll see you at 4:05. That's up next. Taco Tuesday, I believe.
You're right. Today was Taco Tuesday over here, too.
Yeah?
Pink Taco Tuesday.
The last day in YouTube Jal Express. Flusha, thank you so much. Back to back from Flusha, by the way. Gary, where are you? Alex, welcome back. Did you break up with the band to betray you? King Flusha, Shelly, Flusha, Kirnoff. Giggity.
Giggity. Oh, boy. Another great day. Another fun time hanging out with you, the world's most dangerous chat. That's you. We appreciate. Make sure you're back at 4:05 so you can watch some of the good stuff. Them there chases, criminals, crimes, all the times. Stay safe, stay hard, stay tuned because we're out of here tonight. Oh, yeah.